preparing for a test this week, so I am focusing on specific word problems. So Laura and Brent paddled a canoe for 6 miles upstream in 4 hours, and then we have the return trip took 3 hours. Find the rate of the current and the rate which Laura and Brent paddled the canoe in still water. So I've already started to set this up. So we have our X, which is our current for the water, and then we just called Y the rate of the canoe's miles per hour in still water. So when you're thinking about these, again, it doesn't really matter which one is which. It totally is whatever you feel like putting, unless it specifies. But since this one doesn't, we're just going to do this, but you can always switch around if you wanted to. So we are going to look at finding out what's the rate, because it says miles per hour in both of these that I came up with. So if we want to find the rate, this is just one way we can do this. So I'm just going to do downstream's rate and then upstream's rate, and we're going to take a look. So we do see that in the upstream, it's 6 miles in 4 hours. So we've got 6 miles, 4 hours. And when I do that out, we end up with 1.5 miles per hour. And then when we do their downstream, the downstream took 3 hours for that same trip, same distance. So 6 miles divided by 3 hours, which means it's 2 miles per hour. So now that we have the miles per hour part figured out, what we can do is we can just do a simple equation, which talks about when the water's going together, which would be your X and your Y are continuing in the same path, the same motion, same direction. So we have X plus Y. I'm just going to actually do it this way. And we have our opposing, so our rate of the canoe minus the rate of the water is going against it. So that's going to be a rate of 1.5 miles per hour. Now when I go ahead and do that, and I look at this, I see that I do have opposing x's. So when I add those together, I can eliminate the x's in this one. So I don't have to do any substitution in this one. I can just do elimination. Y plus y is y, 2y. 2 plus 1.5 is 3.5, or 3.5. And then I can easily divide both sides by 2, leaving me with 1.75 for y. So my y, my still water rate of my canoe, is 1.75 miles per hour. And then I can go ahead and plug it into either one of the equations. I'm just going to go with the first one I have here. So y is 1.75 plus that x is going to give me a rate of 2. So if my canoe is going at 1.75, I need to find out what my rate of the current is by just subtracting the current for the canoe in still water, and that leaves me with 0.25 miles per hour. So that means that my canoe is going at a rate of 1.75 miles per hour, while the current of the water is going 0.25 miles per hour. And when you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube channel, You Want Algebra. Check these out under the System of Equations section.